I served on the space station of Mimas as a liaison for the Earth Embassy, working with many alien races.
Jean-Charles Moyen, Franco-American SSP, aboard the Solaris spaceship, a part of the Solar Warden. My mission, protection and rescue slaves on other planets.
Rebecca Rose, Psychic Super Soldier, Moon, Mars, Kuiper Belt, and beyond.
Namaste. I'm Yana Prakash. I am a multidimensional healer, work directly with the Andromeda Council, and infinite creation through the oneness with all that it is.
We know, if you won't tell them the truth, we will. I'm James Rink, founder of the Super Soldier Talk podcast, Healing Soul Survivors, 501c3, and now, the Super Soldier Activation Conference. Join us this October 8th to 12th in Orlando, Florida, for 4 powerful days of groundbreaking discussions and personal activation. This grassroots event supports survivors of the secret space program, including those impacted by MILABs, otherwise known as military abductions, linked to MKUltra, Monarch, and Montauk programming. By purchasing your general mission or meal passes, you directly support our nonprofit mission and help make this one-of-a-kind gathering possible. Reserve your spot now at supersoldiercon.com and stand with those who served in the shadows. Par ardua ad astra. Hello everybody, welcome to Super Soldier Talk. My name is James Rink. I am the host of this podcast, and we have Chris. Tell me how to pronounce your last name, Chris. Why don't you unmute yourself? And welcome audience members for joining us. You have to unmute yourself. We've got go ahead.
Laterreur. Yeah.
Laterreur.
Laterreur. Yeah.
Okay, well.
It's like the terror in French.
Okay, thank you. Was everybody able to hear Chris? Is this microphone loud enough? Okay. All right, great. Well, let's start off with, let's see here. We are 85 days away from the conference in Orlando. Thank you all who have purchased tickets already and supported this mission. We also are looking for more vendors. We could use more volunteers. So everybody just go to supersoldiercon.com. There's links to our social media. You can help if you want to learn more about some of the volunteer options and so on. Go to join our social medias, and we're all excited to see you in October. Okay, so Chris is also known as Duncan Cameron, was recruited at the age of 6 by the CIA to be trained to become a spy, assassin, mercenary, and also in Black Ops. While taking part in a top secret MKUltra subproject called the Montauk Project, the Monarch Project, MKUltra was under Project Monarch, Chris?
Yep.
Okay, so what else was under Project Monarch?
Well, the Montauk boys, there's many sub-projects, all from MKUltra, but Monarch is the new thing, because MKUltra had to be change of name due to the church committee and all this, in the early years. So, but yeah, it was still going on while this was happening. So the committee and all, it's just change of names, and yeah. So the Montauk boys were all from the Monarch Project for sure.
Okay, but what I meant was we have Project Pegasus,
Yep.
Project Looking Glass, of course,
Yep.
the Phoenix projects and the Phoenix Rainbow, which is under the Philadelphia project. So
Stargate and all, yeah.
Oh yeah, so is all that under the umbrella of Monarch?
I'm not sure. We had some people from the CIA that were from Stargate. Joe McMonteagle came at my school. He's the one that trained me to do remote viewing. So, but he wasn't part of the MKUltra, the treatments we had and all. Nothing to do with this. This guy was really a gentleman. He was super nice, interesting class. He was there to teach. So, yeah, a lot of the people that were coming from the CIA wasn't aware what was going on, because mostly everything was not happening at school, but like when they were picking us up or sending us to other place, and that's where like the trouble was happening.
Okay, thank you. So Chris was at Montauk during the August 12th, 1983 event, and that was Junior. You were there when Junior tore up the facility.
Yeah, well, it's not junior. It's like 6 month monsters. Like I don't know if you Universal monsters, and like there's a werewolf, Frankenstein, Mummy, Aquaman, um, Dracula, and the Bride of Frankenstein. This is the real monsters that came out. The monsters of light. Those are the real monsters. So like they destroyed the base there. While a part of the base, they shut it down since. So
All right, thank you. Okay, so this top secret experiment killed many people, as well as destroying part of the base, and has been closed indefinitely. And now it's just rotting and falling apart. So you can see the Sage radar tower that way. One
yeah,
of the ways. Okay, so that one is it's already deteriorating. You're not allowed anywhere near the concrete structure there. Now, when I was there at 23, um, there was a ladder you could climb up to the top, and I told Sean Bond to not walk up there because that thing was loaded with poison ivy, but he didn't. He ignored me. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I didn't go up there, and yeah, so I think they probably perfectly fine having poison ivy grow because it helps deter people from it. But the actual Montauk chair was located at the base of the tower,
yeah,
right, Chris.
yeah, yeah,
And the reason for that is because of all the microwave energy that they were using between the different Sage radar towers, which was part of the defense system during World War II, is when they were built until we had satellites, right? And they became obsolete. Now, with that said, there are multiple Sage radar towers. I did look it up. It looks like there may have been like 250. I can't confirm that, but under each one of these towers, because of the microwave energies, you were able to do experiments in mind control. And Chris, and I think it's because of what um, it wasn't just the frequencies, the energy they were putting in. So what was it with these frequencies that were able to, yeah, that they were interested in? What can you tell us about that?
Well, a big part of the chair was the electromagnetism. Okay, that's one of the main thing. And there were computers. I can describe a bit the chair. There were a little tiny screen on the right side, around her feet, like a tiny 6 by inch, tiny screen, and they were bringing also a little table on the side. It had like a pole on it and a power cord, and on the top shelf of that little table, there were a little box with a slot of light coming out, and on the middle shelf of that, there were kind of a projector with three lights, and they were hooking us up this on the top of the pole, and lining it up with the slot of light. And what we thought was appearing as an hologram over the little table. So that's one of the thing. And at some point, the pole was broken, and so we had to put the table in front of us, a bit in front of me, a bit on the left, and there were like a pipe and like a chain, and like you hook up the projector with bungee cords on that chain and all to line it up on the little light. So, and what we thought was really appearing two times, One was a gun, and the second time was my alarm clock, and it appeared like, but as an hologram. So the technology was pretty advanced already there. So
Oh wow, because so we were using like cathode ray tubes, right? So we had the coaxial cables, but the technology of the was being handed to through the Draco. Chris, of course, I mean I'm asking a leading question, but why don't you tell us where do you think the technology came from?
what I've heard, and I think personally, from the Roswell incident, okay, like supposedly there were like chairs and that, and like that's what they brought to the base, and that's alien technology. Yeah, like that's my take on it, because like if you back up in the 1980s, like TVs were like a block of wood that you had to slap on so that it would like cap the channels right, far from what we're talking about now, like and yeah, so for sure, like yeah, it's not I don't think it was human, or like
Okay, Chris,
I,
what I meant is um, it looks like they stopped time and it was like a I don't know 1972 or 74 somewhere around there around spring, and they just kept it going. It was they stopped time and it was like a pocket reality, right? And that's where there were like reptilians driving jeeps around the base. There was Draco there. Do you know what I'm talking about, Chris? Is any of this resonating with you?
no, honestly, I've heard people saying that they saw like aliens at Montauk. I saw aliens like working with the militaries, but like in a dumb base under Bagotville, like the Canadian Air Force. That's another place that they were bringing us. And there's a huge dumb base. There's tunnels. They were traveling us like there were golf carts and little wagons in the back, and they like we were sitting in the wagons, and like we were crossing other wagons, other golf carts with wagon coming the other way, like a huge place. And those golf cart had like a orange flashers on it, so that we were seeing each other from far in the tunnel. So yeah, that's. But like not that wasn't at Montauk. Like at Montauk, I saw Preston, like Jack, like. And like I went there with Stuart Swardlow. I was brought in the same car. We lived 15 minutes away one of another. So yeah, Stuart Swardlow was there.
Great, thank you. So let's go back to the actual chair itself, the projection chair. Um, we've had other people comment that they remember seeing mirrors, that you would project your conscious into the mirrors and you would open up the portal through the mirror. Do you
It's
know
a
what I'm talking about, Chris? Is that what you?
portal that looked like a mirror in front. They were lining it up in front of the chair, but like really, and like on the chair they were like putting us a mask, and like we were breathing vapors, and those vapors were vapors of ghost orchid. It was freshly discovered in 1980 or something like that, in the 80s, beginning 80s, and I'm talking 1983. So freshly discovered, and yeah, like a ghost orchid. It was a like a epiphat, floating flower that they discovered in the uh, where there's crocodile in Florida, like Everglades or something like that. Yeah. So
Oh, okay,
that's what.
so they found a flower, and what would they do with this? What scent?
Like this was vapors that we were breathing in a mask on the chair, and like he was showing me a white lotus at the same. Jack was like telling me, like showing me a flower, and like a white lotus, and telling me that this was used in Saint Chen, Egypt, like in ritual, and just calming me down from like because I was just out of the cage section, and like I saw her traumatizing stuff there, like you have no idea. So like we like Jack was guiding me and tell me like my mission, because I had to go through that purple portal through astral projection and my gateway, and that he would bring me back, like that he would like guide me back, because like the big risk while we were doing the astral projection part was to get lost through the portal, and a lot of kids died like that. So and like even from home, because before going to Montauk, I was like practicing a lot of astral projection, and even at my place from the beginning, they told me like you don't go too far because you can get lost. That was like the main risk. Everything was nice, doing astral projection, but that was like the kind of cord that was holding you back from like going too far, because yeah, they were really scaring us with that. So,
Wow, Chris. Okay, so was your okay? I'm guessing your job was to open up the portals, but did you actually go through the portals?
yeah,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
let's start off with the opening up the portals. Why do you think they chose you to do that?
Well, we had
Wait, hold on, Chris. How old were you in 1983?
8 years old, 8 years and a half.
So why would they take a child, 8 years old, to run a military project, right? So tell us, what do you think about that, and why did they take you?
They were looking like, as younger we were, the more powerful we were, and that's that's why most of the tests at the beginning brought me to Montauk. Yeah, I went through like a bunch of tests before going to Montauk. And yeah, like it's not everybody that went to Montauk either. Like, because I was in the CIA school, like for Monarch, and I don't think everybody went there. Just the psychic ones that were going. But yeah, there were like a few categories of like what they wanted to be later in life, or because some were to be super soldiers, assassins, spies, mercenaries, black ops, and some were to be like politics, police, doctors and stuff like that, and like they were just being molded to be puppets. So, and we're
Chris,
dealing with this today, like everybody in position and all. So yeah.
Chris, okay, thank you. So why do you think? I mean, I'm guessing because you had psychic abilities, but why did they choose you? Was it maybe a family member worked in these projects? That's usually what it is. But tell us, in your opinion.
I don't know. We I got recruited at the same time as a bunch of my friends, and there's still a bunch that are still alive today. Um, where we had a strong point. We all wanted to be the same thing, but at the end of the day, like even if you want to be like that, going towards that field, like if you had like abilities for a certain thing, they were they wouldn't care what we wanted to do. They would push us to like for those abilities. And yeah, I was powerful, really powerful. That's why I was going there. I went there a few times. Like the other times I went through the acid house, or through a school field trip. But the tunnel, going through the all the tunnel, the beat up, the torture and all, that was something else. Like, yeah. So,
Sorry about that. Okay, yeah.
oh, I
Uh,
don't hear you.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good. Thank you. So, um, tell us about maybe your genetic background. Many people who are chosen these programs have Celtic and Native American DNA genetics.
Yeah.
Does that describe you?
Like I'm part like I'm kind of métis, like half white, half Indian kind of thing, like my lineage, and yeah, like one of the place were like on the Indian reserve, like that's well known. Like there were a school there, and like that was like for high schools. But like there were a place there that were putting us asleep for a month in bug and like just playing tapes in our like we had the headphones and like they were coming to wake us up to go to the toilet and like bringing us back. But for a month, like drugged and like just having those tapes playing like and we were all in bunk beds. Yeah. So like, we're a few that remember that place because like we even built it for younger groups after. So
Now I know Preston
yeah,
says that they took a lot of homeless kids or kids off the street, and most of them were
I was from a good family. Like
okay.
it's like a part of them were taken like that. But like me, like I was from a regular, loving family. Like there were no like my mom was working with the cops like that recruited me like that were my handlers. So like there were trust in there like when I got recruited like they said that there would be like light traumas and like but this would like kind of synchronize all like both side of my brain and I would be like a genius and that was like the big strong point. Plus like they were giving like a bunch of cash. I have a pension because of that. Like what else like insurance and like so like we had like up to 300 grand like if the kid was dying or like we get 300 grand but like headshot I think it's 150 like and like all all different criteria. Like there's probably 10 different like amounts and like cause for the insurance payments. But yeah, and that's stuff that they pay. Like so, yeah, like there were a lot of money behind this. Like they were also paying for our sports, for like karate, for any lessons that we wanted to practice, or that yeah, they were paying for this. Like ski alpine, like traveling us in the states, like they were traveling us everywhere, like every week, like to do ski and yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to look this up here. Oh dear, I was trying to find the year on this. Okay, maybe it was okay. Maybe it was in 1945. Hitler's Third Reich was collapsing, and there was a
Mhm.
train of gold. I think it went to Switzerland or it was going to Poland or something, and it disappeared. So that train of gold was used to finance Project Paperclip, and then
Black projects,
oh yeah. So let's see.
the Fourth Reich.
Let's go back. Okay, so in the 1950s, Project Paperclip is making a lot of developments. And it might have been the early 60s, certain US senators were shown some of the capabilities of Project MK Ultra, and they were very disturbed, right? So the money was pulled from Paperclip, the Germans, and then they started seeking a facility where they could continue the research, right? So that's when it was in 65, Camp Hero was closed. So by 71, 72, MK Ultra was already shut down. They were trying to bring it back online. And that's when they set up the Camp Hero facility. Um, so Okay, and then Chris, we have somebody. Let's see here. His name was Michael and Andrew Perot. He stated that he would sit in the consciousness chair, and they would instruct him to visualize, and so the conscious chair would create from your thoughts, bring it into reality. So he would visualize a chest full of diamonds, and some of these diamonds were like the size of footballs, right? And so this money was used to continue the operation. So, Chris, can you confirm any of this? Did they manifest gold out of thin air to finance
No,
this?
like what I'm talking about, like the what we were making appear like was an hologram. Like you couldn't touch it or take it. Like that was like you pass your hand through it. But like as like you really like you were looking at it, it was like a picture of it in 3D kind of thing. But like you couldn't grab this. Like maybe they had another machine. I don't know. All the like the place was huge, but like I know like I was going on the bigger chair, like with the were straight, and yeah, like uh, always on the same chair. And like the first few times I had like a white hat that like they were connecting a bunch of sensors on it, and after like it was a net, like they didn't have any more white hats, like so the president told me, don't worry, it's the same thing, like because I was used at that point to like being set up like the cat and all, and yeah, like that's how it works. So it worked there. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. So let's talk a little bit about the actual children and how they were. Maybe we could start with being programmed, how they were housed, caged, probably be a better word. So, what can you tell us about the process, if you don't mind sharing?
Well, I didn't get the last few words. Like the kids
Tell
were
us about the
programmed.
process. Yeah, what do they do to program you guys?
Oh, like they were like torturing us like most of the time, or like traumatizing us big time. And once we were like because like the body has auto protection of like when you're being traumatized, like it creates alters to a cold, and they wanted to get those alters when they were coming out and like program them, and like after it's coming back in us. So those programmation that they were doing are coming out in certain type of situation and certain like yeah, like depending of what, because like I've been through all the program. There's a bunch I've been through, like I don't know how many traumas like that. So yeah, like we don't remember, because like with the help of the hypnose, they they removed this, and like, so me, like when I woke up from all this was because I was getting like flashbacks of memories that weren't fitting with the frame thought they program you, because like they erase your memory with like a machine. Okay, first I'll explain this. The machine is a machine you put your chin in and your forehead. There's pads, and like a bit like a vision machine. But there's two sticks that are coming on your temple with a big ball at the end, a gray ball, like it's metal sticks, and those like are like touching your temples and like just like giving you shock, and that's how like they erase your memory. This memory came back with the regression hypnose, and like in my case, like one of the handler told to the other, like stop, because you won't even remember how to breathe. So that's how strong those machines are. Like they can like get you vegetable in no time. So once this is done, they put a frame of thought. Like in my case, I had the nicest childhood. I went twice to Disney, um, and but like really limited. And like they told me, you can't remember anything important. So from that moment, anything in my life, because they didn't specify like stuff from the project or hub or whatever. So anything important in my life, I was forgetting till I get the till I got the regression hypnose, and I got like all those like hypnotic suggestions and hypnotic blockage removed to so like Misha Johnston like did this for me, and like since my life quality have changed like you have no idea.
Oh wow, thank you. I have lots of questions. Let's start off with um, so you said that after they give you the memory wipe, you become a vegetable essentially for a while.
Well, yeah, like in my case, I was almost blind, but the thing is that I died a few times that day. like they reanimated me, like they tried to kill me, and so and all this because I was starting to ask questions about some of the tests. So like and I went and asked my mom the mistake I did, like because I did the test at the Island Memorial where I had like the eyes kept open and they were putting drops in my eyes, and I had a bunch of needles on my head, like orange and purple, and like yeah, like that was painful. Like people think, oh, that no, that was something, and yeah. So I have a file at the Island Memorial because of that, and
Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
like
Well, they did that to me twice before they released me. There was a group of there was like this pocket reality, and there's a group of NSA vans that came in and rescued us, right? And I remember Laura Eisenhower was in the back of the van, and she was complaining about this, that, this. So they think they did all this, and then one of the soldiers turned around and told her to shut up because she's scaring the other kids. But anyway, yeah, but they put me in through that treatment twice, so it makes sure I would never remember. But I have a better ideas for them. Anyway, okay, thank you. So I don't know, Chris, if you ever messed around with reverse speech analysis, these EVPs, right? Electronic voice
yeah,
phenomenon. Okay, so uh,
yeah.
I would ask myself the question: was I a Montauk boy? Was I in the Montauk Project? Was I a Montauk? And every time in reverse, it would say the same strange thing. It would always say, "That's not real. I'm not supposed to talk about it." Why, Chris? Why would my subconscious be saying that all in reverse?
Uh, I think a lot of the people like you were probably too young, so like I think like a lot of the people that are like feeling that they went through Montauk are probably the kids that didn't make it. Because I gotta explain this, and it's important that people get that part of the project. A lot of the project was on reincarnation, okay, and the kids that were passing at Montauk, cause like there's like a little fraction of us that made it out alive up there. Uh, they were like being processed for like their blood, like like I saw one from my own eyes because he was hanged by a foot on the corner, like there were two always of cage, like one coming there and the other were like going there, and there were also an open room where there were a water pan and like a stun gun also that they were like scaring us with, and like waterboarding in the pan, and yeah, like kid was on there, so like they made so that everybody would see him when they would pass, like going through the torture or going to the chair. Or, so, um, yeah, that's like, and we were all staggered. Like one cage was a kid in it, the other one empty. The other one a kid, the other one empty. But like, so me and my buddy Steve were like staggered, and we had that kid that was like staggered away like a cage. So like, yeah, like at 8 years old, you see a kid that's hanging like by a foot and draining of his blood in a pan. You are scared of even looking at him. Like, and I was trying to talk to my buddy Steve because like we all had like alias names, okay, aka like mine was Duncan Cameron, his was Pedro de Montoya, and because we knew the place was going to be hard and we could be interrogated and all, they gave us those names to rehearse during the traveling. Um, so yeah, like anyway, I was trying to talk to Steve, like calling him like Pedro de Montoya through the cage, and like he wasn't even making a sign of life or moving. At some point, I even tried Steve, like and like not more, and yeah, that place was hard, man. Like yeah, for kids like our age, like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, like 12 max, not even like probably like yeah. that was like something else. Like, you know, like I went to a bunch of places with the Monarch Project, like, but this one was something else.
I'm trying to pull this picture up. I'm pretty sure the building where they would hang the children was right near the cafeteria.
It was in the
I think it was this building over here. Chris, I don't know if you can confirm or not. Are you still there? They would hang the children from these it was like a dump.
supposedly it's 1% that
Oh
made it out alive.
no, we didn't.
Like,
You did. Can you plug it in real quick?
so, you know, like,
Oh, well, I guess that's how it goes sometimes here on Super Soldier Talk. Oh, there you are. Can you plug your phone in real quick?
I don't hear you.
Can you plug it in? Can you plug your phone in or your laptop? Okay.
You have no sound.
Audience members in chat, can you hear me? And let me see. Hello? Can you hear
Got no
me?
sound.
Okay. So let me see what's going on. Audio testing. What my mic should be working.
I don't hear nothing, man.
Okay, Mark says it can
They're
hear.
really trying to censor this, like, so the
Go to Facebook. I'll text you. Let's see if we can do this.
let me call you back.
Yeah, that's what I
Let me
want.
call you back.
Yeah.
I'll try.
You have to reboot. Reload. There we go. Okay. Okay, so someone was asking about Duncan Cameron. Okay, so in the few minutes I had a chance to talk to Chris before we went live, he said that Duncan Cameron was replaced. So the one that died of cancer, I think probably maybe 4 or 5 years ago, that one was not okay. But don't take my word for it. You're gonna have to ask him that question. But what I can do is, while we're waiting for our guest to come back, let's go to look at some pictures. Okay, so let's look at this photo here first, and let's take that off. Okay, we're gonna look at this. So this was me and Duncan back in 2014. Okay, so what was so he had a house right there on the south side of Long Island, and I felt really bad for the guy because he was in the process of renovating his property, and it was a beautiful location, but unfortunately, his health went downhill, and didn't really have the funds to finish the project. So what he did is he walked around me in this circle a couple times, and he instructed me to look at him. And afterward, he walked out to the bay, and he dipped his fingers into the water, and these ripples in the water appeared, and it just grew and grew and grew. So there was no current; it wasn't like waves doing it. It was a calm bay. But now, anyway, so I remember just being in his energy. I felt a lot of rage and anger. I just wanted to get away from him. I don't know, maybe subconsciously there was a part of me that wasn't happy about maybe what he did to us, but forgiveness is a amazing thing. Of course, you can't fix what you don't acknowledge, right? So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. By sharing this information, I want to bring acknowledgement that these projects are real, so that people like us that have been in these programs can get the healing they need to get compensated, right? We also need to get compensated. We need to get our files back. Chris,
Yes.
can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I was just telling the people while you're gone that we need to get compensated. We need to get healed. We need to get our files, right, and our memories, right, Chris, after what they did to us. And we don't even we don't even necessarily want an apology. No, there's nobody really who's going to apologize, right? Most of the people that involved are dead anyway. But great, thank you. Well, Chris, I can't hear you. Okay, so how about why don't you reboot, reload? Okay, I guess he can figure that out. Okay, good. Let's go back to the photo. All right. Okay, that's Dan McBolin in the background there to the left, and Dan was in Project Zeta Diogenes, and I first met Dan in Greensboro. So I was so excited. Like I finally found somebody local that like was in these projects, and we don't have to because a lot of us feel really alone because when you had these experiences, you can't really talk to your family or even your friends, right? They'll think you're crazy. So I went to Greensboro, and I spent over the night there, right? And the next morning, I showed him the needle marks. I get like these needle marks almost on a daily basis, right? I just got some yesterday, and he had his scanner, this RFID scan. It's like I think it's like a microwave detector, and he was going over different parts of my body and finding it where it's beeping, right? And his girlfriend was in the kitchen, right? And she was listening, and to me, I thought it was okay to talk about this, but she was a nurse and she was closed-minded. Oh my God! And and Dan told me he almost got kicked out of the house too. Yeah. So and that's really what's so sad is because we have people that are supposed to be our healers, right? We have nurses, doctors. They're supposed to be the healers and protectors of our body, and they're brain dead. Anyway, so let's see here. That was my story of Dan McBolin, and he eventually dumped her. So good for him, right? Let's go to the next photo. You guys want to hear all these stories? Yeah. So I guess he had me bring my arm up. Okay, that's Preston Nichols. Again, this is 2014. We went to this like pizzeria place, and about Preston, it's like, it wouldn't have taken a little bit of effort. I mean, to just put a little nicer clothes on, right? But it's like it was all dirty. It was like he had food caked on. I mean, I don't know, but at this point, it's just, I mean, he's I'm pretty sure he's Asperger, right? His IQ is off the chart, but his social skills were not so much there. But anyway, so yeah, Preston wanted me to stay behind. He wanted to say, James, I can help you get your memories back. And I'm like, oh my God, is this what? Because there's this rumor, right, that he's like, to get the memories back, you have to activate the root chakra, right? So, and I got to get to detail here. And there was this rumor what he was doing. I said, and then I asked him, "Is that what you want to do to me?" And he's like, "Uh huh." And I was like, "No." And I'm glad I didn't do it because it would have reinserted the programming, not helped. So unfortunately, the way they would program, Chris, are you there? The way they would program the altars, at least for a Montauk child, was through the sex chakras. Okay, so you've got there's a lot of orgone energy being developed, and they need that state of arousal to manifest. Orgone is a type of creation type energy, so they were harnessing it through the practices they were engaging in, and so the memories are tied to the trauma that was involved in that. And so, okay, maybe I've gone a little too in detail there. Let's go to the next picture here. Okay, so this was in Cairo, New York, and I remember It was February, right? So there's like snow on the ground. It's cold, and it was actually kind of a fun experience for me because I'm from the South. We don't really get to see snow much. It's like, oh, there's all the snow anyway. But anyway, I think after being there for a couple of days, I was like, nope, no more. I'm going inside. So this was inside his workshop. He had banks of old military surplus equipment he was collecting, right? So he's building like radionics machines and all sorts of like frequency devices. And so in this particular picture, what's going on here is that he was playing this music from I think Swan Lake. Is it Tchaikovsky? Oh my gosh, I should go back and I'm not okay. Anyway, but he was playing this classical music, and what he would do is that he had these. There we go.
I don't know what's happening. All my devices are acting up. Like it's like somebody doesn't want me to talk. Like
Oh well, you know what? I've been giving them so much details, so that that yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, Chris. Should
yeah,
we? Do you want to just continue? Can I maybe I finish this slide here in case? Can I finish this?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So this, of course, Preston's in the background. Dan McBullen is laying on the. This was an actual bed that he got from the Monroe Institute in Virginia, right? So so we. It would vibrate. It has like this piezoelectric kind of effect. They were trying to activate the micro crystals in your pineal gland when it vibrates. And so for me, I just felt like I was in an elevate state of consciousness. I can't say I was getting memories like 10 years of being a Montauk, right? Or whatever my records say. Anyway, great. So let's save the other pictures in case Chris may drop off again. So Chris, let's go back. Audience members, does anybody, or how about you, Chris? Do you remember the last question I asked you, or audience members?
Uh, what was honestly? Because you were talking, I was cutting. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll just pull up my notes and we'll go up to the next question. Let's see. Oh yeah, we were talking about the hooks that they would hang the children on the hooks, the Donatello hook. So they were doing these pain pleasure reversals. The goal was to associate pain with pleasure in order to dissociate the mind. In that way, they could create alters. Well, anyway, Chris, why don't you? Well, I guess I pretty much explained it. But as far as the question's concerned, how about we go to some of the missions you went to? Can you tell us a little bit about some of the time travel missions
Yeah,
you
there
did?
were. Well, I was there a few hours at a time, and it was like through time or space, different places. And I was just taking the orders. He was talking to me, and I was going there, because when you're in astral projection, it's not too hard to get somewhere. You just think about it, and you go directly. Yeah, that was like the main thing, to explore stuff. They were asking us questions, and notes of what we all the time, and so that was the main, at Montauk, but I did so much, it was 6 years of training to become to have our card and all, and be reserve. That's the unit I was in, and my buddies. So yeah,
Oh, okay,
that's
Chris.
6 years of
Well,
different training.
could you tell us maybe some specific missions? How about we start with the past? Um, could you tell us any places you might have been?
uh what I remember with the past wasn't through Montauk. It was a machine that they brought at our school. Two machine, actually. There were one small that they put up in an office in the school, and the second one was in a big carrying cases and they assembled it like in the church in front of the school, like their secret office, because they had the school and the little church has a secret office for the CIA. So like I'm not sure. I think this is the church, how do you call this, like chronovisor. And we I went and checked in the small one twice, and I didn't have the same result. And I went one time in the church, like in the machine, because like the other one was bigger, like you were sitting in it a bit like those Inca, like the it looks like in a spaceship, kind of like it's old like Mexico, or and yeah, the in a spaceship. The machine was built like that, same shape, like a bit, but like covered in metal. And yeah, like we were sitting in it and looking, and we were seeing through the end of our lives, and the results weren't the same, like all the time. Like two of them deferred, and like one from the small machine, but like the big machine and like one of the tests on the small one were really similar. So that's like how up to where it goes, so. But yeah, that's my
Okay,
experience through
Chris,
this machine.
yeah, let's talk about the causality of this all, because Montauk was doing missions all the time, right? Changing
Yeah,
the timeline. They would do missions, go back in time to arrange land, property, assets to be in the hands of their own bloodline families that would run Montauk. Now, uh, could you tell us what you were looking at through the chronovisor, and what was it if you remember, what was changing?
just like the future up to the end of my life, kind of, and like how it was finishing and all, and yeah, kind of shocking a bit for, but that's really like the memories I have of that,
But so you were
yeah,
looking into the future,
on
Chris.
fast forward kind of thing.
You were looking into your future with the chronovisor.
Yeah, yeah, and like
Okay.
the past things, I don't want to talk about this, but it's some there's another process for that, but uh in my case, but yeah, I don't want to give hints or whatever, because what I'm doing here is pretty risky. There's not many people that like release like what I'm releasing. People, like once you read the book, you'll be like, wow. Like
Okay. Well, but Chris, can you give us any hints what might be happening in our future?
the- uh, like uh they weren't the same timelines, so like I'm not
Wow.
sure which one is gonna be. Like that's the thing. Like I don't want to misguide people, or like when I'm sure of like something, uh I'll say, but like I'm not sure of which way it's gonna turn. Because like one was really not like the same as the two others. So the end. So yeah, and this is all in the same week, so there's not much variance that changed in my life during that week. Like I was still going to school, and like during the project, we were going to school during the day, but like we were going back home at night, and regular kids, like some of the kids that were in the school were not in the project. They were just taken to field trips, or movie days or stuff like that when we had trainings. And yeah, they were separating the class, and that's how it worked. So, and like for Kazarov mirror also was a test that I did like in my teenage years after the certification of Monarch and all. Like I was in high school, they came to get me. They had uh, a glass room like in a government building, and there were a spiral, and like there were desks in it, and the spiral, and this was all airtight. You could yell or whatever, like you wouldn't hear the other side. And there were over that, like once you were like sitting at the desk, they were putting a big air muff to like really cut any sounds, and like it was telepathy test, and like yeah, that's.
Hey, Chris, I have to go into the other room and change, turn off the alarm. Um, apparently, oh,
I don't have any alarm.
oh, no, my alarm. Okay, hey, so why don't you tell the audience? Why don't you? Let's talk about um, maybe the actual chronovisor tech. So, did they have to use a chronovisor in order to activate the portal in order to go into the timeline? No.
No, no,
Okay.
like that was another thing. Like the portal, like was really like at Montauk, in my case, and that was like a portal that like it was purple and like a bit watery look, and really lined up like right in front of you, and like when you were like going to astral, it was almost pulling you inside, like like super easy to like go through the astral projection with this portal. Like that was really special for portal, and yeah, like it looked a bit like Stargate, like the movies, like the Stargate, the watery look, but yeah, not the same whoosh, whoosh, like that wasn't the how it was working anyway in my case. So but I'm giving the real facts. I don't gain nothing of. I want to cut the crap because like my story has been like impersonated, and like and like I want to cut the crap and like the sci-fi, because like people think it's a sci-fi, okay, and like it's me and my friends that live this. Like we went through this. Like like there's some of my friends that died of that. Like and yeah, like soon as we die, like people that are in the reserve, they erase everything like from our past life. Like it's like we never existed. So like I'm changing that now. Like my book is like wait, like it's my sworn statement, and like it's a legal document that people will be able to use, like to in court, or like it's the real thing. So like you want the real facts, like that's the real facts. Like never came out from Montauk what happened that day.
Chris, do you think they could go back in time and delete you from the timeline to stop you from the disclosure? No.
No,
Why is that?
because like they would have done it. There's like as much as there's the reason why like I'm not taking out. Okay, like I can't say everything, but yeah, there's a reason.
Okay. Did you ever travel to any alternate realities, and what was maybe some of the weirdest ones?
Like there's a multiverse, kind of like a different. I didn't go really back in those memories because like I didn't see the utility of it, of like going back to those memories. Like me, it's more to what to expose the project, and like because to put things straight, because like people see like a Stranger Thing, oh yeah, like that's a sci-fi. No, it's not a sci-fi. Because we were 7, 8 years old, we were being tortured, like by the cops, by the Freemason, by the government, like by the soldiers. Like yeah, like let's cut the crap. I'm here to cut the crap around my story, because like my story is like legend and like tales, and like no, I'm here to like that's the real thing. Like I was there. That's like 1983, the 12th August. Like I'm the last kid on that chair.
Okay, thank
So
you. Wow.
like I'm taking a lot of risks doing that book, but like people need to know, and like yeah, like I couldn't look at myself not doing this.
Chris, have you ever experienced any bizarre Mandela effects during your lifetime?
Yeah, and a lot of deja vu, like sample. Those are things that we had a notebook to carry with us, and even during the vacation stuff like that. If we had like those kind of memory or like weird like deja vu or stuff like that, we had to take note of this and like a good description. And like once we were back at school, we had to like take time with our handler and explain everything and go through all those and analyze everything. And yeah, so that was yeah, constant thing, like so many trainings of like like writing letters without the transparent and coding, like all kinds of stuff. That's what I explained in my book, like really the training, the real training, from A to Z. I did it all. I was a grand finalist of the Monarch Project in all my area, and it's probably due to Montauk, what happened there. So there were guy grand finalists, there were girl grand finalists, and they were pairing us up, kind of thing. And we got exposed in front of like a bunch of Freemason, Knights of Columbus, like people from the CIA, militaries, elites, Freemasons. Like that was an event, and we all got exposed. Yeah, that's how that happened. And Stuart Swardlow was there too that day. So
Thank you. Okay. Well, let's go through a few more questions. Okay. Uh, uh, Tell us how many children do you think may have died, and maybe what percentage of those children went missing?
I'm number 6,354. Okay, my ID, like my CIA asset number, is MK6354. There's at least 6,000 kids, and that's you don't get your asset number before you're all certified and all, that you got trained and all. So how many more? That's just the certified ones that have numbers like that. So I couldn't say, but what I have heard, up to 100,000, but I'm not sure, but for sure, it's thousands, because I'm 6,500 close. So, and supposedly there weren't only that place, with some Montauk chairs. This is the only place I was going. It was 6 hours drive from my place. Jack Prudis was sometime bringing me in this black BMW with the tan interior, and or through field trips, or yeah, or cops were bringing us there in undercover cars, we were passing the customs, and not even stopping. They were so used, the people at the custom were just lifting the hand, the cop was lifting the hand, and passing full of kids in the car, and we were not even asking question or checking, that was a gig for them. So yeah, that's the truth. That's how it worked.
Okay. Well, so Chris, back then they would physically take you from your family, and then what are they doing? They cloning you and then putting you back, or are you portaling in on a daily basis? How's it work?
Well, they're we were regular families most of the time, but they were coming to pick us up, sample at the end of the week or whatever, and bringing us to who knows where, for a certain test, flying us, or driving us. I went underground in high speed trains too, I don't know, these 6 years of traveling all the time, the main part. But yeah, and sometimes we had to catch up during summer school, because we had so much tests and out of school, so yeah, we had to caught up during summer. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. So let's see here. What percentage of the children of the 6,000 do you think went missing?
There's a bunch, and the one that I know that went there, Like one is in a psychiatric hospital, the other one.
You there? Hello, Chris? Audience members, can you hear me? Hello, am I still live? Hello? Did they shut my podcast down? Hello? Oh, gosh. Oh, you guys can hear me?
Call back.
Oh, there we are. Okay.
I don't know.
All right. Hey, okay. Thank you. Okay, well, let's just go to the next question. We've got some oh, darn it. Okay. Thank you, Yvette. Miranda, thank you. Thank you all. Appreciate it. Mean Noob 1, why don't you send me email? We can discuss it. So if you have some legitimate experiences that you want to share, by all means.
Hello?
Hi there. Great.
Hold on, I'll start back.
Okay. Well, I guess we go to next. Oh, darn it. Okay, well, I think Chris will be back sooner than you know it. Let's I can maybe pull this up then. Let's pull this up. We're waiting for him to come back. Very good. Okay. Dear, what's going on here? Okay, here's the bank of all the electronic equipment. You know, a lot of this stuff, I want to comment that it is. Let's go back to the 40s to the 1960s, before we had integrated circuits, right? So we had vacuum tube technology. So back then, we had these rare earth elements. Well, it was the tall whites were giving technology to the military, right? So we had the HAL, I don't know, was it 9000 in the 2001 Space Odyssey? So that one was it made in Urbana, Illinois? That was a computer that the tall whites gave the military, and they made a movie about it and the whole thing. But when it's the Daisy, ride a bike for two, whatever that song was. Anyway, I'm talking about the technology, the tech from the vacuum tubes had these rare earth elements that are not in integrated circuits. So this technology, they could, if you could get a hold of this surplus equipment, you can open up portals, because the tall whites were requesting that from the military for their own experiments, and some of that's still out there. But if Elon Musk could get a hold of me, maybe we can set up a company together. Anyway, God.
Yeah.
Okay, Chris, welcome back.
Sorry about that. I think it's as soon as I talk about like the people that were dead there, like my sound is yeah.
Well, let's go. I want you to go definitely into this thing about Duncan Cameron. So as I showed a picture earlier of Duncan
Yeah.
Cameron. Now tell me, did you get to meet him, or what's the
No,
deal?
no, that guy, like, sorry, but this guy was impersonating me. Like, he met Preston Nichols through audio repair job. That's what I seen in like a documentary and all. And like they had the brilliant idea because he had the same name as my alley house in Montauk to make him pass for me. But I seen Preston like probably a year after like Montauk happened. I was at the flea market with my dad. And like who comes in like it's Preston, and he starts running after me and hey Duncan. So like I was kind of numb to this because like my daily life is Chris. So and like he says like, do you recognize me? And I'm there, yeah, like, and he starts like talking to my dad about like how the project was like bad, and like that he was happy that it stopped, and like how special I was. He invited us to a psychotronic event or something like that. That was 5 hours away from where we were, and he was there at the flea market to get some electronic parts. But yeah, like this, he probably told it to people that surround him, that he saw, because he invited me, and he talked for a while with my dad. So and my dad remembers, it's not like, yeah. So anyway, he impersonated me. Maybe like that Duncan has psychic abilities. I don't know. I don't know him. The only thing I know is that he passed for me for the story that happened in Montauk, and that's not cool. So and I'm here to cut the bullshit, cut the sci-fi, and give the real facts. Like my book is a legal document. I'm doing the show, and after I'm going to get it notarized, and it's a deposition. So people that have to deal with MK Ultra stuff, get the book, show it to your lawyer, find, there's a bunch of details, you want to know if you were in the MK Ultra project, they were always using the same type of similarity. They had a winning formula, so they won't change it. It's always the same pattern, so a lot of stuff, people, if you doubt, yeah, you'll be pretty much sure to go further into regression hypnosis, or have an idea of you went or you didn't, but if you notice so many details I'm giving, yeah, people will recognize that they went through this, or similarities, and yeah, it's gonna trigger memories, and we have to stop this. No more kids have to go through this. It's crazy.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was Alex Collier. He said that whenever they would bring a human on board the ship, all the Andromedan children would run and hide because we have such bad reputation towards our own children. I'm laughing, but it's not funny. But what I can say um, is, what do you see happening with all these testimonies? Because there's people that constantly coming out, the whistleblowers, they're sharing their books and their stories. Is it just gonna just keep going on, or is there gonna be a let's say like a explosion in the dam whenever all this stuff comes out? What do you think, Chris?
Well, my book is the key for everybody that has a story with MK Ultra to reopen the file, because I'm like a CIA asset, okay? It's really it's a legal document. So this is going to reopen the case, and it's the first time that somebody comes with a legal paper proving, and my testimony. I'm like yeah, you gotta check my book. I sent you the a copy of my book. Check it out. You'll be like, wow. And there's so many people that helped me through this. You know,
So we have like some people are saying that I don't know, maybe 2028, 2029.
come out with my story. The first podcast I did was with him, but I
What
did
with
probably
with
30
Tomas?
interviews since, but most
Who?
of them are censored.
Wait, Chris, you had an interview with Tomas Alvin. Are you there, Chris? You there? Okay, I guess he's not. So, all right. So it's you and me now. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so let's see here. How about we go back sharing some photos, and also I think we need to open up the Q&A to the listeners. Some of you have asked some really good questions, and let's see if we can answer some of those, or even if maybe I can answer those for you. Oh, okay, yeah. That's Susie Mazzoli over there to the left. She put on the she set up the Love Now movement, and she sponsored this event in New York. And so I'm really grateful to you, Susie, for putting this on. She's got some pretty wild experiences herself, but I'll leave it for her to explain it. We'll see if we can get her on the show again one day. Okay, Preston, let's see here. Any other pictures? Okay, there we are together, the pizza parlor there. Okay. Dan McBolin. That looks just like Preston too, right? Okay. All right, let's go to the next group of photos. So I think we could share this. Let's see here. I'll show you when I went to Montauk in August of 2013. The alien arrivals, there's okay, let's just anyway. Oh, actually, this is kind of funny, this story here. There was a sign that says no trespassing, right? So Sean Bond had he looked at the map of the area, and he like kind of tuned in to where there's portals, and he picked up there's a portal down this area. So we were going to this area anyway, and we got there, said no trespassing. Well, okay, let's just no, it doesn't matter for us, right? Those signs don't mean for the Montauk children, right? So we found this sign here, and then I wanted to move the ladder out of the way because it's kind of ruining the photo. I was afraid they're going to call the cops. We have to go to jail in Montauk. Anyway, so yeah, but I didn't see a portal over there. That's Alondra Markman. He has his own channel. He does meditations to help people access their memories. And so I remember this restaurant. Oh my gosh. So, Montauk is incredibly expensive. It's $1,000 a night for a hotel room during the weekend, $800 a night during the weekday, during the summertime, right? So I found an Airbnb for us, and then what happened is they found out that it was like a group of non-related people, right? So 3 days before we were supposed to go, they canceled the Airbnb when they asked to list, and so we had to scramble to find something else, but everything else was booked. There was only one place left that was available, and we had somebody on the tour that helped us out. Otherwise, we would have been probably sleeping in our tent or something. Yeah. Well, this was near Oyster Pond, and this restaurant. I remember this like $250 for this little bit of oysters. Great. It's great if you're rich, right? Sylvia, she helped out. She donated some of her time. She did some of the cooking on the tour. Oh yeah, hey, welcome back.
Sorry about this.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay. Let's open up the questions. Okay. All right. Chris, you there? Chris, you there? I'm starting to hear thunder outside. Hopefully, my power went out 3 days ago, and it was the middle of the night, right? So it was out for 9 hours, and it was so hot. I had to sleep on the floor, and because I had like this tiled floor, right? And then I kept moving around different areas to sleep, and I think I might have got like a couple hours of sleep that night, and then anyway, so okay, well, let's go ahead and pull this up again while we wait for Chris to come back. Okay. I think it may have been someone's birthday that day. There's Chastity. So go ahead and move on here. Arkeem is a big guy, but Arkeem is he served in the Montauk Project along with me and my group. If I had a photographic memory, I could tell you his name, but I don't remember the name he went by. But maybe Arkeem. Arkeem's going to be coming on the show sometime soon, maybe in the next 2 weeks. I know he has a message to share about Donald Trump. But that's what's great about Super Soldier Talk. We like to share different perspectives. So I'd like to hear what he has to share. And great. Okay. Chris,
Uh,
are you going to stay with us this time?
I'm trying. Like I never had that much issue. Like I tried with two computer and with my phone, and like they don't want it out. Like it's like I think you're starting to realize like how much my story is important. Wait till you read the book.
Chris, what do you think you're a targeted individual?
I
I'm just being
guess.
sarcastic.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, Brain, she asked a really good question. What is the name of your book, and where can we get it?
Terror at like the Montauk Boys. Terror at Montauk. The last moments of Camp Hero. So like Chris Laterreur, like you go on terror at montauk.com and like you can get the book. Like it's a pre-release because it's getting out the same date as like the premiere of the final season of Stranger Things, and it's coming everywhere around the world. Like it's coming in 8 different translation and in 4 different format. Because like they blocked me for the first one, and I saw like I had time to think, and I came back with 32 books instead of one.
Thank you. Okay, great. So go to Terra. So the link is in the description, as well as a coupon code. I want to say thank you to Chris for providing that to the listeners. Um, okay, let's go to the next question. Let's see here. Anybody else? Let's go back up. Okay, and I've noticed the shadow banning on YouTube is getting worse and worse. We are
Yeah.
we're getting double the views on Rumble, even though I only have like 1/5 the subscribers. So it's really kind of sad. But thank you all for joining us here on YouTube who did find us. You're meant to be here, and we appreciate you. Okay. All right. Well, if that question's out, let's see here. Any other questions? We have. Can you? Oh yeah. Now I remember. Do you have any health related issues during your due to your? I hate to use the word service, more like enslavement at Montauk.
Well, no, like they kind of teach us to auto heal, to like a bunch of stuff that like they trained us through the years, like and like yeah, I went through like a day of like radiation, like behind a like a X-ray machine at the Jew Hospital in Montreal, like Shriners Hospital. So yeah, like a day of like getting X-rayed, like so yeah, that was a radiation day, like and the chemical corpse, like it's a guy from chemical corpse that was using the machine. I even got like a blue badge with a 2 yellow banana kind of thing, and that's the thing I had on me during the car to remember Cameron, because like in French it's macaron, and I had my Duncan lunch, so like to remember the name because we were already drugged there, like going to and I had to rehearse that name, and yeah, so like I had those little twins to like practice, and because I was messing up, yeah, like
Well, Chris, are you in Quebec? From Quebec?
I'm from Quebec, and there's a bunch of the Montauk boys that were from Quebec. Like Stuart Swardlow lived 15 minutes away from my place when like, during the project. So like, never mind what he says. Like that's all. Like, but yeah, like I found this out not because like I recognize him today because it's like 40 years. It's because of Anne Diamond, who I met through the action class against the annual memorial. She knew Stuart Swardlow. She knew his story and all. And like, hey, like that was not far from you. So I checked and I remember like on a Google map, and I remember all the traject, like all the times we saw, like everything we talked about, like yeah. So Yeah, that's true. I tried to contact him, and I think he's scared because the way I'm doing this is getting pretty real. So
Yeah, Swirlo is very difficult to get a hold of. You almost have to know him. And anyway, okay, so hey, so let's just get this clear. Duncan Cameron that we are aware of is not really Duncan Cameron. It's somebody else.
well, his name is Duncan Cameron. He has the chance of being named Duncan Cameron, his real name. But like he wasn't like a kid. Like he was like 30 somethings in 1983. Like there were no 30 something years old in the cage with us. Like, and I was there to being called Duncan Cameron, and like even Preston. I saw him after. So like yeah, there's no if or maybe. Like that's the facts.
All right, so Duncan Cameron's father was an admiral in the Navy, and that's one of the reasons why. I mean, he participated in the Philadelphia experiment. So, due to recommendation of the father, his son was recommended for the Montauk Project,
Yeah. And he
and
was the brother of like Al Belek too, eh? So like that's nonsense. That's all nonsense. And I'm here to cut that crap build around my story to release my story. The USS Aldridge is a true story. I can affirm, but that they were brothers and that no, like that's all a show, like to like and like because of that, my story is known. So, but yeah, they like known as a sci-fi, and it's not a sci-fi.
okay, well, but Chris, so you're related to Admiral uh, Cameron, the
No,
one? No.
no, that's all. They all build this. Like probably there's he has an uncle in the army who doesn't or but to from this to be like 30 something in the cage with us and like the guy wasn't there. I was there. We all like the way we all got pulled out, like once the monsters destroyed and everything. Like there's two military truck that came, like six-wheel trucks with like big tarps and like two rows of seat in the back, and they transferred all the kids in there. We were all like in underwear, okay, and they brought us like little gray blankets. So like what I'm saying, like the people that were in those military truck and that turned into the school bus that came, they'll recognize, okay. But yeah, they gave us like each a gray blanket to cover us, like in the military truck. Somebody went and get some jogging suits, small size, some were gray and blue navy, and some were gray and green, and they distributed this uh, to all of us. And there's a school bus that came with a blacked out window, okay, and that parked the way to go, okay, and we just transferred from those military trucks to that bus, and soon as I transferred, my handler, my cup handler, was arriving at the same time. So Preston got me out of the bus and told him, get him out of here because they'll use him as a guinea pig. So I went with my cup handler in the car. I was the only one that left back with the cup. All the other ones were left in the bus. We followed the bus for a while, and after we took our own way to a memory motel so that I could go wash a bit and because he brought me to my mom after, and when my because of what happened there, I didn't have like the week of healing time. So I was freshly beat up by military guys. So like it was showing. Like I was messed up. And when I got to my house, like, what the fuck happened? Like my mom was yelling after my handler. So they locked me up in my room, and they closed the door, and like he didn't know what to say because like the thing, it was so big. Like, what happened there? So, like, he didn't know what to answer to her, and he just told her, like, Jack's gonna come and see you. So, and when Jack came, like, he gave me like a end key of the lighthouse. Okay, and I had to say that to go back out because from the time that my handler brought me to my mom, I couldn't go out till Jack came, and he told me to say that like I fell in the rocks next to the light tower in my trip to New York. So if people were asking question why I was all bruised up like that. So yeah, that's like it's not like another timeline, or that's my from when I was a kid, like how I got recruited, and like what happened to Montauk, what happened along my life, what happened to my buddies. Like the other Montauk boys are really known. When you check in the book and you see who they are, you'll see a bit the use of the Montauk boys. So like I'm not here to like bullshit. I'm here to give the facts. Like uh they took everything I had from me. They tried to kill me. Like I had a shop. I had 3.5 million in inventory. Okay, like paid to me. I started selling franchise. I had 6 franchise that were starting that year. The first one was open, and like they stole everything. My business by itself was worth probably 10 million. You know, like the kind of business ringing every 30 seconds, like a pizza place. Okay, and but instead of being pizza at like 15, $20, it was parts at 1,000 to 1,000, $2,000. So like I was like generating a lot of money with this. So yeah, they took everything. Like so at some point, like when you're targeted, and they were supposed to have my back all my life, you know, for shit like that and all. So I say fuck you, and like I'm getting the story out. I like you know at that point. So that's it.
Wow, Chris, thank you. So everybody go to his website in the link description to learn more about. Oh gosh, I'm trying to find it. It's right here in front of me. Terror at montauk.com. So
Yeah. And did you give the rebate? Like there's a rebate for people that are on the show. I send you the link. So because it's
rank
just released today. Like that's it's the first day. Like it's online. Like it's not even like an hour. It's online.
rank 15 to get 15% off. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, great. Well, thank you, Chris. So let me get a hold of. Maybe I can get a hard copy of the book. I don't really like to sit in front of my computer and read a PDF. So
Yeah.
let me let's go. I'll go through your book and we'll see if we'll bring you back on. And I'm sure audience members will have more questions for you. And go check out his book. And I pretty much sure. Well, we do have a few more questions in here, but okay, let's see if we get through this and we'll wrap it up. What kind of weapons do super soldiers use? Example: bullets.
They trained us to file like to do more damage, to file the tip of our bullets, make X at the end, so that when you hit, like it splits, it shatters, and like you get more organs. So yeah, stuff like that. There's so many things they showed us, for weapons. Like we can use anything to be a weapon. Like yeah, from a pen, you know, my buddy got stabbed in the throat by with a pen, you know, and all stuff. Yeah, anyway,
Absolutely.
you'll see in the book. I think you're gonna be in shock when you read this. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, so we have rail, we have plasma. There's probably some kind of fusion rifles. There's also programmable matter. Weapons can pop out. It all kind of depends on the gen of super soldier that you are referring to. What powers a UFO?
What?
What powers a UFO?
Okay. For UFO, I don't know like what's your a power for UFO. I dealt with a UFO laying on a table and all. That's true. But like no weapons or stuff like that. That was really like just like kind of like he was just looking at me everywhere, like I was naked on the table. So like that, there's no weapon. And my part, like maybe others, like I don't know, like I'm talking for myself and like for my group that didn't make it because like we all went through the same thing, kind of thing. But yeah, like yeah, for weapons, like they were teaching a bunch of stuff, like to do silencers, to do like like all kinds of stuff. So yeah, to
Yeah,
be like discreet.
there are a variety of propulsion systems. Typically, one of these craft would have a multitude of propulsion systems. It's not just going to be, oh, this is what powers it. By the way, it has this, and that. So there's going to be multiple systems, unless you're looking at maybe like a prototype. But typically, yeah, most of these very advanced craft, as someone said here, they power through thought, the consciousness technology. Thank you.
Yeah.
What's your best healing advice technique?
To go slowly when you do some regression, because like I didn't talk about really anything that was really that bad, but like there's memories that I have, some that I won't share, like, and probably any of the Montauk boys will ever, like, there's stuff, but like you got to go like one memory at a time and like take the time to process it, because like this can get overwhelming on everyday life, like really, because like it's so deep and like so like traumatizing even when you think about it, like from like 50 years old, like so imagine when you're a kid like going through this. It's stupid, like like bad people and they have to be stopped. Yeah, like sorry, but yeah. And I took some precaution. I'm not like releasing everything. I did some kill switch, so like if something happened, like it's gonna be a fucking nightmare for them. Like already it's a nightmare, like once you read the book you'll go, but like it's sweet compared to like what it can be like if they fuck around like us. So yeah, like at some point, like they're using my story. They're like doing like toys line, like a Stranger Thing for kids, like cartoons, like like it's a billion follower for the series Stranger Thing. Like how many money are they making? And us, the kids, we got nothing. We got told everything from us. Fuck that. That's not how it works, man. Like sorry, over my dead body. So yeah, like I'm here to like just adjust that. Like I don't want to like make more trouble, or but like I'm stopping the project, and like so that's what I'm talking about. Like, and like the place that it, because there were a few other places, and I'm giving a few other places in the book, and like people like don't go and like investigate or stuff like that, like you're gonna get hurt, like but like make sure that what I gave there they can't use it anymore. So like like people be wise, like just like know this information, and like yeah, don't like go and dig into the stuff, like because like people are gonna get hurt, like it's serious. So
Are gray aliens good or bad?
I don't know, I never honestly, like I never, like I think one, and like not long enough we were a group of kids, and like he was talking telepathically, and yeah, like more like warning us about like the future, like about like technologies and all, like to be careful, stuff like that. And yeah, and after we saw him, we had an appointment with John Mack, Professor John Mack. He came to school. We had like a group class with him, like talking about, and we all had like one by one, like meeting with him uh, to like talk about what we experienced there. Yeah, that's why I knew John Mack, and when I met him at the Allen Memorial, like that's why we talked for a while, me and my mom with him. So like anyway, it's all in the book. But yeah, it's aliens are real. Like governments are working with them. Like so, yeah. But like in my case, like the one alien that was checking me was like a mantis type kind of alien. So, but yeah, I saw a gray. So, but I heard there's more kinds and all, but I'm not really a guy that's into like aliens and stuff. But yeah, like they exist. Yeah. So
Thank you. I was actually regressed by John Mack's assistant.
oh
So
yeah,
yeah, I wish I
cool,
could remember the guy's name.
cool.
He lived in Wilmington, North Carolina. Unfortunately, he died too. So a lot of these in this community are no longer around, including John Mack. Right, and I think they killed him, Chris. Right,
Probably
didn't like a car hit
yeah.
him or
It
something.
was so nice. Nothing to do with the MK. Like that's he came to the school and all. Like nothing bad. Like he was there to like open our minds to like what was going on. So I had a big respect, and when I the memory of John Mack came back, like I was all like nostalgic, like sad about this, like like I really cared for the guy. So yeah, so like no bad memories or no pun intended there. Like just put things straight. Like Joe McMonteagle, like super nice guy, and like I could go on, like because there's a bunch of people like that came to through our life during those years. So yeah,
Okay, Chris, let's wrap it up. Thank you. Everybody, um, heal, activate, unite, seek justice. Join us at the Super Soldier Activation Conference this October 8th to 12th in Orlando, Florida. Connect with friends, share the truth about the secret space program, and activate your power within. Reserve your spot now before tickets sell out at supersoldiercon.com. Par ardua ad astra. So that means by coming together, we can go to the stars. So also go to neologicaltech.com and purchase a copy of my book. Let's see if I get it to load up. It's called Lone Wolf. It's 400 pages long. I do have some information about the Montauk Project. Some of it was like regression information. I do have, let's see here, Montauk specifically. I don't know. I have some channel messages from George Bush Sr., but that doesn't. That's a different project. But anyway, so you could also purchase a meditation device. I'm going to play a video real quick to introduce you to the meditation cube, and you can go to LifeWave. There's a link in the description. These are energy enhancement patches. It's a bio photomodulation. It brings light into the body. It helps reset the body. You put it on your back, and once every 12 hours or so, and they will help regenerate your body to with light frequencies. So, okay, well, uh, I think that pretty much covers. Everybody, go. You should all be subscribing to my channel. This last month, only one person subscribed to Super Soldier Talk. I don't know, Chris. That this just doesn't seem right. How can only one?
yeah, like censorship, eh? Like one of the big things they're using in my case, they're blocking all the likes of all the interviews I do. Okay, and they're removing viewings. I took pictures, check in my book, like like a few hundred of like people trying to and like it goes up to like one, and it comes back to like the number it was, and like a sample from 200 views to 2200, like it was 126 likes. So like in the 200 first viewers, 126% liked it. Okay, but for 2000 after view, like nobody liked it, and like you were trying to put like a like, and it was going up and coming down, like not registering. So like people look at this and like they go with stats. Oh, that's not good, that's not good. But yeah, like same thing for your because like you're touching a subject that's so touchy, super soldier and all, like like that's true to NASA to do some training and all. Like I could go on. read my book, you'll be like, wow. And like, that's so, yeah, you got to read my book, honestly, James. I think you'll be surprised, and like, in a good way, like, because it's really the truth. So, like, I think you're here to expose the truth, and like, I appreciate you inviting me on your show, and like, I'll share as much as I can, and like, probably if I can, like, add it to the, because I gotta go and get the notary sign and all in the book, and like a deposit as a proof. So I'll maybe take your screenshot, like the super soldier, and put it, and your link also to the, because like, there's gonna be a lot of people reading this book like around the world, and like, they'll go and see those links, and like, hopefully we can do a chain and like expose all this. And I really like, I'm grateful for what you're doing, for all the years you have invested in this, and like, thanks, man. That's really nice.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. Thank you, audience members. Of course, we are doing this for you, your liberation. I have been subjected to trauma beyond imagination. The average person would most likely extinguish themselves if they've gone through this. So, typically a super soldier is a ascended archangel. Well, in my case, my higher self is a super archangel, higher source energy, and we can endure the trauma. But on the other hand, we allowed ourselves to come to this realm to be used in these projects, and so that we could transmute them, because the what I should have said earlier, Montauk was run by a AI, is according to Arkeem, right? But it looks like this AI was maybe given by the Draco, and this particular were like a group of Thuban Draco, and this one were like lower echelons from hell incarnated into a Draco body. So they were trying to create like a new world order where they would use these Montauk children with gifts and abilities to try to take over the world, right? So, but what they didn't realize is since we're like super archangels, that we can transmute their negativity, and in turn, they lost control.
Yeah.
Well, but anyway, Chris, it's still going to take probably another 50 years, right, before humanity's liberated. But totally, anyway. Okay, I think we have gone on long enough. Final comments?
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate you dealing with all those technical issues. Like, yeah, like the tree machine at the same time. Like, and as soon as I was talking about like a touchy subject, like, it was like nothing was working. So yeah, check it out. And oh yeah, the Montauk Base was owned by the owner of CERN, like like the portal, the collider. So they were the owners during the project. And like there's a link to CERN, like and they're trying to reproduce the portal that I did there. So like, yeah, like, that's what they're trying to do, and I did. Maybe they did. Like, but yeah, that's the, yeah. People should check into this.
Yeah, well, after '83, the Montauk Project was technically it was shut down. The equipment was all torn apart. So then they reestablished it at Brookhaven, where they actually have a super collider, similar to, just like CERN does.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was Montauk 2.0, and that's where they would use the next generation, our generation of kids. So, and
Oh, that's
yeah,
nice.
I only have like maybe one flash of memory on that, so I won't go waste any more time. But guys, go to healingsoulsurvivors.org and please make a donation. We need your financial assistance to get the Super Soldier Activation Conference off the ground. A lot of you have really not been supporting us lately, and I get it. I know we're all struggling here, but this message is very important because we need to support these type of people like Chris, the survivors of these projects, so that we can make a change here in this world and let people know that we're not going to allow this to happen anymore. We want the truth to come out. So thank you all. Thank you, Chris. I will see you all later. I'm not sure. There might be another interview this week. I've been working on editing an interview with Tomas Alvin, so we'll get that. Oh, by the way, Tomas is in the hospital, and of course he's my admin of my Facebook group. and he's been on the show a couple of times. He also created that super soldier video. You see like the super soldier loading up on the shuttlecraft at the intro. So everybody send him positive energy. Typically, the way you manifest, Chris, or you visualize someone already present tense. You don't say, God, please give me that Ferrari, right? You see yourself in the Ferrari, but don't. Yeah. But anyway, okay. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you all later.
Thanks. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of the Neo Meditation Experience with me, the host, James Rink, and I'm also the founder of the Neological Technologies. So I've put together this Neo meditation device to help you relax. And this device has a chi energizer in there based on the sacred geometry inside the cube. So today we have Rocky here. So I've known Rocky for over a decade now. So Rocky, you purchased one of these devices many years ago. Tell us, what have you experienced using the Neo meditation device?
Yeah, I remember purchasing the first version of New Cube, which was a small cube. It was I could hold I could this new cube I could actually hold in my palm. So yeah, I purchased it, and so when I remember opening the packet, and when I first held a new cube over my palm. Just in the center of my palm, I started to experience this a kind of a high form of chi energy, and it turned into like a ball. So I was very fascinated about it. So I remember the first meditation I did on New Cube. I had listened to James Rink, how he meditates on New Cube. So I just placed it. I already had faith in it. So I believe that having faith, I believe that new cube can be activated by giving it faith. We can say that, "Hi, new cube, I trust in you," and like communicating with new cube as if we are communicating with a person, because new cube becomes a living person because it has this chi energy. So it's it's possible for us to communicate with a new cube. So I remember I placed this new cube, a small one, and I was in the kitchen, and the first just 3-4 minutes, I placed my palms around it, and I started to see a spiral. It looked like a wormhole, and so this was just like 2-3 minutes, and then I remember my mom came, and she I don't know what made her wake up, but so it interrupted my meditation. But so I thought, okay, I'm gonna use it for healing myself, because I was very fascinated that this when I saw this. So basically, what I started to do with the new cube was, whenever I had pain anywhere, I would place it, and I would place my right hand over it, so I would feel healing, and my pain would be gone. And so after that, I have been carrying my new cube around me wherever I go, because it protects my chi energy, and people that I live in a low place where there are too many people. So I protect my energy by using my new cube.
Wow, Rocky, thanks for sharing that amazing story. So, if you would like to learn how the Neo meditation device could help you, please visit neologicaltech.com. I do have some scolums and monasteries in stock, so they can help you out on your daily meditative practice. So, I personally meditate for 11 minutes, a minimum of 11 minutes a day, but I like to meditate for 30 minutes a day, and I do that a couple times a week. So, and I've noticed that if I don't meditate over time, you start to feel stressed again, and on just like everything is unraveling in your life. So it's a great tool if you feel like you have a lot of trauma and you need to release it. Go to neologicaltech.com. Thank you.